All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So we're going to talk about the S22 after about almost a week and a half, 2 weeks in with this device of continuous use, and what I've noticed about some failures and some pros on this device. So I've been rotating this device in and out of cases. This is obviously my sky blue S22 Ultra. Now, I opted to trade in my Z Fold 3 for this device, and I sent it in. I'm kind of having some regrets, if I'm being honest. I waited to send it in because I wasn't sure. And what happened is, after the first 5 days, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm feeling this, so let's go ahead and drop this in the mail, and let's send it off. I'm good with this. I'm going to go ahead and keep this because I can get the Z Fold 4 or another 3 if I just really want to go back to that style folding device. And I have some other folding devices on my radar. I'll keep that to myself unless I pull the trigger on it. So I officially sent in my Z Fold 3. Now, when I did that, this device was pretty much flowing right along. No issues whatsoever. Just rolling. It's flying along good. Battery life is great. So let's go ahead and start with there's so many things I can talk about with this device. I can't even fit them all in one video, or I'll be talking for hours. So the first thing is the S Pen. I love having the S Pen back on a device. I missed my Note 20 Ultra so much. I tried to buy another one, but the prices are ridiculous right now for the people that are selling them. Even brand new, people are just trying to rob you. They're selling them at the same cost as this device. I'm like, come on, man. So I said, that's out of the window. I'm not doing that again. I shouldn't have gotten rid of my other two. But nonetheless, I did. And so now I have a great replacement. This is ultimately the same device with better cameras, better battery, and a speedier processor, and more RAM. Performance is really, really good. So I love the S Pen. I use it a lot. It is just daily driven for me, taking a shot of something. My main one is Screen Right. That's the one I use the most, and it's just official for me. If you bought this device and you just bought it because of the big display, you could have saved so much money by buying something else. But I think people who are interested in the Note line really would be intrigued to upgrade to this. I just don't see the purpose of a person buying this if they're not going to use the S Pen. Because there are plenty of other things out there that cost less, that have big screens on them. If you're just going to want a big screen device with powerful speakers and things like that and good battery, there are way too many devices out there that can do that. So if you're not using the S Pen, I'm not saying you're wasting your money. I just feel like you probably would get more out of your device if you put this thing to use, because there's a lot of people out there that don't pull this out at all, and they miss out on so many great features. You can control your camera, you can take photos, your family photos now, and just anything you want to do with the S Pen, controlling the device is there. So even if you don't use it screen right and all these other things, there's a lot of ways you can utilize that S Pen to try to feel like you're getting your money's worth at least. Gone are the days of just saying you're signing documents and stuff like that, because that's just not. How often do you have to sign a document? Unless you're running a business, then yeah, this is really beneficial to you. But other than that, there's really no need to have this device, I would say, just because it has a big screen and processing power and things like that. So just bear that in mind. The S Pen is one of the best features I could possibly think of for having a Note line device. So yeah, I love the S Pen. I also love the beautiful screen on here. There is so much to like about this display. Watching content on it is absolutely stunning. It's just what it is. This is another driving force behind this device. A huge display, slim body. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous to watch content on. Now, the downside of that is these speakers are not very good to me. I have other phones that don't cost nearly as much as this, and I think the speakers sound a lot better. Now, obviously, that's subjective. I've heard people say, oh, the speakers are killer. I don't think so. I think that they could have done a whole bunch more with the speakers on here, because of previous devices that I've owned from Samsung. The speakers are killer. So while the speakers aren't horrible, they're just not as good as what I thought they would be, and that's another downside when watching some content. You can't fill the room with these speakers, in my opinion. But if you huddle around, crank it up to 100, everyone should be able to hear what's going on. So that's just a thought for you. You might test them out and say you love them and they're awesome and they're the best you've ever heard. I don't think so. So screen versus speaker quality for watching content, it's got to be some kind of trade-off. And to me, that's what it is. Now, battery life has been stupendous on here, and it should be, based on, what they're doing with this device. And my battery life is just getting better and better and better and better. I just took it off the charger right before this video, and it already dropped 1% in the interim of me pressing record here. So, but you can see my battery life, it normally lasts officially just over a day, like a day and 8 hours is what it's telling me. And folks, let me tell you, that's extremely accurate. My battery usage has been phenomenal, man. I mean, it has just been great. And you can see here on some of these days where it's a little dip on the 21st or whatever, it's stupendous. I mean, that just means I was out and about that day. I don't know what I was doing that day, and I just didn't get on my phone that much. But even these days where it's kind of looks like it's really peaking, I'm still probably not on my phone that much, because I'm getting, if you want to talk about screen on time and things like that, I noticed that this device probably gets between 5 and 7 hours of screen on time consistently. You should be able to get at least 5 hours of screen on time with this device with no problem whatsoever, because it has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery inside. Now, when I compare that to the S21 FE's battery, that device obviously is 120 hertz, but it's 1080p, and I have this running at full resolution, and that's something that I think whoa. I was about to say, what the heck? I forgot. I charged it and I put this on here. I keep it at adaptive at 120 hertz at all times. I turned on that because I didn't want to get a whole bunch of emails coming in during my videos. And power saving stops when you turn that on. It'll stop notifications and emails from popping up. And I get a whole bunch of them. But I have it set to vivid, and I keep it at the highest resolution possible. As you can see here, I just keep it at the highest resolution because that's what I'm paying for, and I want to make sure I'm getting all that I can get. And so I run mine at the peak performance for the display, and that's just where I leave it. I just leave it there because why? This device technically costs $1,500 or so, and so that's where you want to use it if you can. I just don't recommend a person buy a device like this and don't push it hard at all. Now, the difference between my battery life and some others, I've noticed is some people run their brightness at full brightness, or at least half. I don't see the purpose of doing that, so I leave mine on auto, and I just let it adjust on its own. That's just me. Some people ask me what my settings are. Again, I don't normally run power saving, but I found it doing that during videos helps me not to get all these pop-ups that'll mess up my videos. But I keep mine on auto bright. I keep it at full resolution, and I have it at 120 hertz at all times. So I don't know what your settings are. And I also have, I think, 6 emails coming to this device, accounts, and I have those social media apps right there. They all sync. There's notifications from them. So everything on this page pretty much will give me notifications except for obviously music and camera. But ultimately, I have notifications from everything on here. And then I have one widget in the center there. And that takes me directly into this screen right here. So with that being said, your battery life is going to be what your battery life is. We're all using it different. But this is how I have mine running. Now, when you get into another plus about this device is the virtual RAM. I chose to use all of it. It just takes a piece of your storage. See, I have 512 gigs on this device, so I was like, 8 gigs is not going to hurt me at all, so I'm going to push it to the limit. So it takes up a part of your storage, and then you get the RAM Plus. So I can optimize this right now. I had a comment, someone made a comment saying, man, I just realized you cleared your RAM, and you still don't have a lot available. I noticed that too, and I don't know if it's because I'm using the RAM Plus that it's balancing itself somehow, or it's leaving more stuff in. But if you notice here, I've got 2.1 gigs in reserve. So that person, you might not have anything in your reserve. I don't know. But that's how mine has been since I got it. So, but yeah, having the RAM Plus is a huge plus. And I just think that's great. Now, I am on the latest software update, and a lot of people have been asking me, what's up with it after the latest update? You know, saying, did you get it? Is it running smooth? It was running smooth right out of the box. I was on the January security patch, and everything was running great, no problems whatsoever. So, and then eventually, after having it for maybe 3 or 4 days, it popped up with the March update. It skipped right over February and went straight to March. So Yeah, no problems with the software at all. I haven't had any issues whatsoever. I am officially not having a problem with the software at all, because people have been asking me, yo, what's up with the software? You know, have you been getting software issues? Has anything been happening? And I'm like, no, no software. I guess some people are having software issues and they're wondering about that, but I'm not having any problems whatsoever with the software, none whatsoever. So that has always been a good experience for me when it comes to Samsung devices. You know, stock Android is what I prefer, but Samsung devices, man, if I could have, I agree with someone in my comment section. I don't know who you are, my bad, but they commented, they said, I think it was in one of the posts that I made on the community tab, you know, they said they would like a Google Play edition of this device. And that would be cool if we could have a Google Play edition of this device with the S Pen suite. That would be really nice. You know, and I just think that would be a good thing for a lot of people who like stock Android. But you know what, folks? I'm at the point where stock Android is great, but a really solid software experience, like all the just me doing this takes this device to another level. Yeah, it does. So let me answer a question about Z Fold 3. Some people ask, you know what I'm saying, like, Jay, you know, are you going to trade in? And I don't know if I started and talk about it already, but yeah, I traded in the Z Fold 3. This device was kind of flawless up until about 5 or 6 days, and that's the day I sent it in. So I'm having Wi-Fi issues now. Obviously, the Wi-Fi is working right now, no problems whatsoever. But I have the Orbi system. It's not just because it's expensive. It's $1,500 plus tax. My Wi-Fi setup, my mesh setup, I have the 3 satellite Orbi setup. It's the latest one. It's Wi-Fi 6E. So in the house, I have just the best blanket let me get a speed test going here. Make sure my browser is clear. I'm going to go ahead and type in a speed test here. I have the best Wi-Fi internet mesh system you could possibly have, in my opinion. Not because it costs a lot, because it's the first quad-core, quad-band Wi-Fi 6E. I jumped on it quick because I knew I needed it. So it's not to flex or anything like that. I just needed it because this house is ridiculously big, and I needed a satellite up closer to my wife's office upstairs, way at the back of the house, or in the movie theater upstairs. So I needed one that was going to really blanket it, because I'm paying for 1 gig internet up and down, and I need that as best I can. So on Wi-Fi 6E, or just the Wi-Fi 6E, it's ridiculous. I get this coverage right here throughout my entire house. Now, right now, I'm close to a satellite. There's a satellite in my office right now, so that's why these speeds look like this. Let me see if I can pull up, let's see here, on a different device here. Let's see, do I have a speed test app on here? Okay, I'll pull up on my iPhone. I'm getting really fast speeds on all devices, all right? I'm getting fast speeds. And remember, the iPhone isn't 6E compatible, so you should see lower speeds over here. So that's about right. The iPhone doesn't have Wi-Fi 6E, unfortunately, but it still consistently gets good speeds like this. So the Samsung and any device that's got, I don't know why it's giving such a low upload, but the Samsung can take advantage of that. The iPhones can't, and other devices that don't have Wi-Fi 6, they can't. So this device, when I take it into my bedroom, is at the back of the house, right? The Wi-Fi cuts off. I don't know why it cuts off, but it does. So I've reset my network settings. I've done anything I could possibly do, and it doesn't. At some point or another, if I'm laying in my bed and I'm just scanning through the internet, I can't tell the difference because I'm on 5G sometimes. But then I look at my signal, like, boom, my Wi-Fi is disconnected. I've tried everything, folks, and I've come to the conclusion that basically this device just can't connect to. It's having some connectivity issues with my router system. So that is what I've come to the conclusion of. Because there is no reason why this is my only device. Well, it's not my only device. This is the device that I have. See the speeds. Yeah, boom, getting freaking a gig, you know. So this device is the only device I have right now. Currently, I think it is taking advantage of the 6E. I have to check my FE, and I have to check. I know the Z Fold 3 took advantage of it too, but Wi-Fi has been a problem for me when I walk to that side of the house, and it seems like even if I stand next to the satellite, sometimes it just doesn't like that satellite. So when I come on this side of the house, up to the front of the house where my office is at, no problems whatsoever. I haven't tested it out upstairs in the movie theater, like officially went up there and just stayed up there. But reality is something's wrong with the Wi-Fi, and I don't have it in me to, like, it could be anything. So if you're having, and there's a few people that are actually having problems with their Wi-Fi on their S22 Ultra. But I'm not going to make a big stink out of it, but it is a little frustrating because when I'm at home, even though I have unlimited internet or whatever on 5G, I still stay on Wi-Fi because I want the most consistent speeds and I want to keep a nice blanket. And this is how I'm actually getting the best battery. I'm getting the best battery because I keep it on Wi-Fi and I'm paying for it. Why wouldn't I take the 1 gig over T-Mobile's 200 or 300, 400? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I keep it on Wi-Fi, and I think you should too, and that'll help improve your battery. It'll make sure you're getting the best battery you could possibly get. That's just a given. So if you're on Wi-Fi at your house and you're getting fast speeds like this, you should take advantage of it. Personally, I have not contacted Samsung yet. I don't plan on doing it because I don't want to send this device in for repair or anything like that, because I've heard horror stories about Samsung's repair service and stuff like that. I've never personally experienced or had to go into Samsung or go to a Samsung location for repairs. So I'm not going to make a big stink out of it. Am I frustrated with it? Yes. So don't tell me, oh, if it was Google, you'd call them out. Don't play like that over here. I'm totally neutral when it comes to these phones. I'm not loyal to anybody. I am Team Pixel, but I'm also Team Apple. Shout out to my man Vite. I'm Team Apple, baby. And I'm also Team Samsung, man. I'm Team Google, Team Pixel. I'm a neutral playing field when it comes to smartphones. I even regularly use my TCL right here. This joint is fire. Stop sleeping on this, man. This is the joint right here. Yes, it is on with the signal and 5G service up there. Don't play. But I just feel like my issues with the Wi-Fi is so frustrating that I can't even put into words how agitating that is. And like I said, I have not contacted Samsung yet. I'm too frustrated with it. I don't want to be. I've dealt with their customer service before, and folks, it is frustrating. I won't even disrespect anybody with that. I'm just saying, if you're having Wi-Fi issues, as I close out this video for the last 5 minutes talking about the Wi-Fi, let me know in the comments if you're having Wi-Fi issues too. And let me know what router you're using also, because I have the Orbi setup. Again, that is the top of the line router right now. If there's one better than that for home use, let me know. I might grab that one too. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to do better than my Orbi, because I don't know why this device has connectivity issues on that side of the house and there's a satellite right there outside of my bedroom, my master suite in the living room area. The blanket for this internet is ridiculous in my house, man. And everybody's getting at least 500 up, 500 down, and 400 or 500 up. That's why I got it. So nothing wrong with the device itself. March update, fantastic battery. I don't even talk on the cameras because the cameras are fantastic. I shot my last video with the speakers that I did for the gaming speakers. That entire video was shot with this device right here. No external mics, no nothing. I just put it in pro. I shoot with pro mode with this camera. I just feel like, again, if you're a person who's buying this device and you're buying into this type of setup here, the iPhone has great cameras, but Samsung has pro mode, and this is labeled a pro. It doesn't have pro mode. So pro mode on a Samsung device, not just this one, pro mode period on a Samsung device, no matter which one it is, it's killing it, man. LG stepped out of the game, and then Samsung took the throne, I guess, with pro mode on their phones, if you don't include Sony. Now, the reason I don't include Sony is because I haven't purchased a Sony device in a long time, and I know if I get one, this device is probably going to get put on the shelf. But Sony cameras put a nasty taste in my mouth when I bought the Xperia 1. It was trash, if I'm just being honest. Shout out to my man, LaShawn. It was trash. I had a horrible experience. And maybe it was user error. Who knows? But it's your man Jay. If you have problems with this device, let me know in the comments. If you say you have Wi-Fi problems, let me know which router you have. If you have any of the Orbis, or if you have the same one I have, their latest one, let me know, because then that'll confirm it's nothing really wrong with the device itself. It's just the connectivity issues when it's talking to the modem or whatever, and they just don't want to play well with certain satellites. If you know what I'm saying, like, because it's not doing it now because it's a satellite right behind me, but when I go on that side of the house, like I said, that satellite, it doesn't stay connected. It disconnects and continuously disconnects. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's move this green. This device is fire. And I am having some regrets from trading in my Z Fold 3 now that I've officially done it. But I'll get over it because I'm going to buy the next Fold that comes out. So this will keep me entertained. Yeah, Wi-Fi issues aside, I still have had no other problems. I don't like that there's no headphone jack. I don't like that there's no power brick in the box. Hey, this is what they're talking about, and this is what we have to deal with. The only way we can control it is to stop buying. And I'm a creator, so I'm not going to stop buying. I'm going to keep buying when I can. Thanks to your support. I appreciate you. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.